Hi everybody, I'm just sharing really quick to make sure everybody gets on. That wants to get on. Okay. Hi. Just a minute. Okay. Hello. We're just waiting a minute, giving everybody a minute to get on. I can see everything. Okay. Very excited about tonight. I'm going to be discussing a little bit about the other side and what our body and our spirit has to go through to pass through the veil. It's very interesting. Okay. Hello. Hi, Mom. Just sharing a couple of places, making sure everybody gets on that wants to be on. Okay. Hello, Mom. Okay. Okay. Got a couple people on. Hello, Mom. I am also, as always, doing question and answer too about just anything. And then if we have time, I can pull a couple of cards. Okay, let me get back to the feed here. Okay, let's give everybody just a minute. And Eli's throwing a fit still. I can hear him. Okay, that's okay. 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 Turn my volume down. Hello, Michelle. I didn't even see yours. Hello. First time? Okay. Well, you picked a good night. Again, I'm going to be talking about a little bit about the other side and what our body and our spirit has to go through to make that transition a little bit easier. I'm going to share a couple more places here to make sure everybody gets on. Okay. Hi, Christina. Hey. Very faithful to me. I appreciate that. Okay. Oh, that's quite all right, Christina. I had to make myself some coffee. If you guys know me, that's my downfall. Always. Okay, and I know I kind of wanted to get this information out because I did a group reading it was last Thursday at the office, and there was and it was a great group reading, and it was very emotional, and this is good. There was some good healing involved, but I wanted to kind of discuss it because I don't want anybody to feel like they've lost anybody whenever somebody passes away. It's a huge deal whenever they leave this world, because humanity is stuck on the idea that we're not eternal. Okay, and once we lose them forever, and that's not the case. Okay, that's not the case at all. And as a nurse, I kind of work very closely with death and the death process, and the type of nursing that I do. And I can kind of see it firsthand from the physical point of view, but as a communicator, a spirit communicator, I also see it from the other side of the fence. So it kind of works both ways there. It's very intriguing to me. It really is. But first thing is, whether it's expected or not, it's always a hard process on humanity whenever we lose a loved one. And again, I'm discussing this because I don't want anybody to feel like they've lost anybody, because we really haven't. I'm going to kind of start with like the expected process of death, because this is what we see most often. And from a nurse point of view, like I said, I deal with it not on a daily basis, but very often, very often. However, as a communicator, I deal with it every day. So when we're expecting this, rather either from disease process or aging process or whatever the case may be, okay, our body does a decline. Our organs can't keep up with, processes like the heart is having trouble pumping. The heart can't get enough energy. Circulation can't keep up, that type of thing. Now, from the spirit point of view, we are actually, what's the word for it? We're actually, we're kind of almost, we're being transitioned from the other side, okay, during this whole process from our spirit, okay, from our spirit guides, our family members. Hi, Liz. How are you? How are you? I'm glad you're here. But anyway, we're being transitioned from spirit. Okay, our spirit is going through. It's something spectacular, actually. I remember whenever I first encountered it. Now, my grandmother died when I was 13. I really wasn't in the right frame of mind to be able to understand it the way that I could. Whenever grandfather passed away, when he was in the hospital, and this is while I was discovering my gifts. Okay, I just felt like the energy in the room was just spinning around him, just spinning. And that's really what goes on, is whenever somebody is in actively passing away, their energy is just almost like a whirlwind. Okay. And we're being, why can't I think of that word? My goodness, I'm in 5D right now and I can't think of common words. Our energy is being almost not tampered with, but manipulated in a way that's just going to make it easier on us. Okay. And this energy is it's imagine like a tornado around your body, okay, of energy vibrating. Yeah, vibrating. That's essentially what it is. Now, we're all vibrating anyway, from a day-to-day basis, but the vibration of someone who's actively dying is a little bit differently, okay? It's almost manipulated in a way, again, because this makes it easier for our body to make that transition. or our spirit to make that transition, I should say. Our body doesn't go anywhere, our spirit does. But again, imagine this tornado, okay, of energy around your body. And when you think about it, if you're the body laying Okay, I think we're back now. Darn it. Alright, I'm going to put my black tourmaline crystal right on the computer there so it doesn't do that. But anyway, if you're in the body and you're in between those two worlds, between life and death, and you're looking up at this tornado of energy, what are you seeing? You're seeing a tunnel, correct? I know this is going to ring a bell to you. Okay, we're going to see that tunnel. It's our energy spinning. Okay. My Facebook one. Okay. Mine did too. It wasn't just you. It was mine. I put my protection crystal right near the computer so it doesn't happen like that. But I guess that makes sense to people. Okay, we're being prepared in such a way, and we have so many spirits present with us whenever this is happening. Okay, I want you guys to understand that we have spirit guides, we have angels, archangels, we have spirit animals. Okay, we have some from the elemental realm. Okay, signal choppy. Okay, all right. Okay, we have just a little bit of everybody there. And I believe it was my grandfather that said that in the days before his passing, he was seeing tall men in robes, tall men in white robes. For one, there are specific guides that are added to our soul team to prepare us for this transition journey. And these are the tall men in white robes that he was seeing. Okay, these are spirit guides. These are helpers to help us make it through there. They are always present with us. They never leave our side. Okay. And I have to believe that someone who is that close to that transition is going to know about it. Okay, we have my grandmother who said that she wasn't going to be around for Christmas. She died the day before Christmas. Okay, and they have to know. Okay, and they're probably experiencing more than what they're saying, especially if they're a man. Okay, because they. And not all men, but most men are going to keep their experiences to themselves. Please have replay. Facebook no longer has volume. Liz, maybe I'm going to type. Maybe go out and come back. There will be a replay, though, for sure. Okay? Okay. Okay. And then I want everybody to know that we all go to the same place, okay? We all go to the same place. And I get so many questions after I say that, like, what about murders? What about, unkind people? We all go to the same place, but there is a learning process that involved in people with bad karma. Okay. I wish it wouldn't do that. Okay. I'm going to light a little bit of sage here, okay? And just kind of let it burn. Okay. Don't give up, guys. Just ignore it because it's meant to distract us. I wish it wouldn't do that, but I'm going to light a little bit of sage. Okay. Maybe it's my energy as well. I think we've discussed that before in the past. I'll light a little bit of sage here. Just kind of let it burn for a little bit. Are you back, Liz? Awesome. Is the volume working? Okay. Okay. All right. But anyway, yes, we all go to the same place. Okay, and I will explain a little bit here about that. All is good. Good. Okay. Wonderful. I I have and I'm going to say wonderful opportunity because it is a wonderful opportunity to be involved in the death process, to see somebody make that transition because it is peaceful when it is expected, okay? We all go to the same place and we don't ever get stuck, okay? I don't want people to get hung up on the fact that there are stuck spirits and this and that, spirits with unfinished business, so forth. In a way, yes, there is. But we all, as soon as the body lets go of the soul, we cross over to where we're supposed to go. Okay, there are some spirits that do not understand what has happened to them, or they're in denial about what has happened to them. Or they were not a very good person in life, and they just don't want to accept the fact that they have to go through what's called a life review, okay? Because they don't want to see what they've done, and this is the part where they kind of have remorse because we have to feel what we've done to other people, okay? I have had the pleasure of being with quite a few people in the death process. I'd like to say that I've helped a few spirits pass on so they wouldn't have to suffer anymore. Okay. I want to believe that that's kind of my special gift that I have because I have watched some people suffer and linger and on hospice and they're suffering and, I'd like to believe that nobody wants to have to go through that, especially the families. Okay. So I sit down with them and I talk with their spirit and, I kind of, I reassure them that where they're going is beautiful and that their family is not losing them. And, they don't have to suffer anymore. They don't have to linger here anymore. They can go on. They can accept it. They can be with their families whenever they want. Okay, in their hearts. They can go visit them anytime they want. Okay, they can be present for anything they want to. Births, weddings. They do not have to feel like they're losing all of that, and vice versa. The survivors shouldn't have to feel like that. Okay. Okay, trying to see if it works now. Okay. All right, cool. Wonderful. I think I'm gonna burn the sage for a little bit longer. And I'm also gonna share. Okay. I'm also gonna share. If you guys want to share too, that would be great. Okay, awesome. I hope everybody's still on. I hate it when we lose connections like that. Okay. Okay. So, however, my most recent death experience that I had the pleasure of being there for. It was a patient of mine, and obviously I cannot give a name, okay, as respect for the families and my employment and that, of course, okay, but I will explain the experience. Okay, this is something that was expected. Um, the family was not up there, and I don't think they were going to be, unfortunately. But I did, again, sit with this individual and talk with her spirit and reassure her that where she was going was beautiful and that she did not have to, stay here and suffer in this 3D world any longer. Um, and I was with her whenever she took her last breath. Her body had finally let go of her soul after so much suffering. She took her last breath, and me being clairvoyant like I am, she showed me exactly where she went, and it was just absolutely uh, gorgeous and beautiful. She had went to like this park area with just shades of green that you don't see here on Earth in the 3D world. Okay, and then you have just the clearest water you can ever imagine in these ponds and bridges and spirit guides and light beings. And it was just so peaceful. It was just amazing. And she let me feel that peace. And it's not really that I had shed tears of sadness that she had passed on. It was just the amount of gratefulness that she had, that I let her know that it was beautiful where she was going. She didn't have to hang on anymore. It was so peaceful. It was. And this being said, whenever we pass through that veil, we're immediately met with our spirit guides, and possibly our loved ones, but maybe not yet. Okay, we are met with our spirit guides first because we have to go through this life review. And imagine, if you will, it was an awesome experience. It was beautiful. And I have several like that. I do. And imagine, if you will, whenever you pass over this tunnel, this bridge, whatever it is that you're seeing, and it's all about our perspective. It's what we want to see there, okay? It's not that everybody sees a tunnel. It's not that everybody sees a bridge. It can be an ice bridge. It could be, we swim through a pond. It's what we want to experience, okay? It's what we loved in life to do, okay? Again, I think most people are going to experience a tunnel because of the tunnel of energy, the tornado of energy, like I explained earlier, that is surrounding us and preparing our spirit for that journey. Okay. Again, it's all about perspective here. Okay. Not everybody's going to experience the same thing whenever they pass. But we're met with our spirit guides. Okay. And then they lead us into, a room area. First, we go through the park or the playground or the stadium, okay, whatever it is that we want to experience. We meet with those people. We experience nothing but peace, okay? It's peaceful, it's kindness, it's not happy, it's not sad, it's peace, okay? They lead us into an area where we have to do what's called a life review, okay? And imagine, if you will, a room with a TV, okay, and the story of our life is playing, okay? That's kind of how it is. And we have to do this, okay? It is something that all spirits must go through, all souls must go through, in order to honor their soul contract, okay? And when we're doing this life review, we have to sit there and watch the story of our life, count for count, move for move, choice for choice, okay? And we have to see what choices we have made and what choices were offered to us, okay? Which choices we did not take, okay? Which persons were influential to us, soulmates, twin souls, okay? We see all of this. We see all of this in our life review. And it's not that we see it, we experience it over again, okay? And if we were mean to a person, we're going to feel what we did to that other person from that other person's point of view, okay? If we chop down a tree, okay, we're going to feel that from the tree's point of view, okay? We have to get that experience to realize, or to understand, okay, why we had made those choices, and what we could have done better, what we did do better, okay? We see all of our accomplishments. We see, the good we have done, of course. This is something that, again, we all have to go through to honor our soul contract, okay? And, it's not, and I don't want people to think that that's all bad, because it's not. Again, we see our accomplishments and we see what we could have done better, okay? We see what other choices were available to us, what we did not take. And this is where, I always get that question whenever I explain this. Well, what about murderers? Do they go to the same place we do? Yeah, but, they're going to have a heck of a life review once they get there, okay? And they may not like it, okay? This is why some spirits choose to avoid that life review. And this is what humanity has labels, dark spirits or ghosts, okay? Because they're avoiding this life review. Because they don't want to feel what they've done. Okay, they don't want to experience that. They know what's coming, and it's not really our spirit guides to judge. It's not the angels that judge. It's not the archangels that judge. Okay, it's in a sense, it's ourselves that judge ourselves once we get to that point. Okay, because God is energy. God is through us. Okay, so we judge ourselves. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay. And we have the power to create our own world. So in a sense, we can be our own energy source. We are our own energy source. Okay. So, and while we're doing this, I want you guys to understand that time doesn't necessarily work the same way over there that it does here. Okay. Once you pass through the veil, it's like, how should I explain this? Interstellar explains it oh so well. Okay, time is based on our perception of gravity. Time is based on our perception of other laws of physics. Okay, so we're not experiencing those laws of physics. Time, essentially, it's just not there. Okay, time really isn't a factor. So when I say you have to sit there and do your whole life review, well, oh my God, that's going to take 90 something years because I passed away at age 90. No, it may be 90 years here. Okay. But over there, it's a factor of, it's not even computable. Okay. It could be a minute over here as opposed to, 90 years over there. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay. I hope so. I hope everybody's following. So, with the life review, okay, I'm going to talk about that from the survivor's point of view a little bit. I'm continually burning sage, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, because my feeds always have a habit of cutting out on everybody, and it's just that it's either my energy or just somebody doesn't like it. I'm not real sure, but every time it does. So I want to talk about that from the survivor's point of view a little bit. Okay, so while your loved one that has passed through the veil is over there doing their life review. Hi, Claudia. Hi. Awesome to have you join. How are you? I know it's late, but I'm a night owl, and this is when I usually do my stuff. But I'm glad to have you here, Claudia. So again, when we've lost our loved one and they're beyond the veil doing their life review, again, it could be a minute over here that they've done their life review, but 90 years over there for every year that they lived. Okay, their survivor is over here mourning, and we seem to. Hi, Betsy. You are too. Awesome. I've always been. I always will be. We're over here trying to mourn. But haven't you guys ever noticed that you seem to have memories that just pop up out of nowhere that you've even forgotten about of this loved one years and years and years ago, and good times and bad times, and that it's because you're connected spiritually to this loved one on the other side, whether it's a friend or your grandma or whoever, okay? And they're over there during their life review. So you're spiritually connected with them. You're going to pick up on all these memories. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is where all those feelings of mourning, this is how you mourn. This is how you, and you might get frustrating memories, you might get grateful memories, okay? But this is them over there doing their life review that you're picking up on, okay? Oh, yes, yeah, exactly. And this happens every single time, okay? Coached on so many persons who have lost loved ones, and why do I remember that? I don't even remember doing this with that person. I know we did, but it was long lost. Well, because they're remembering this. They're that's part of their life review. Okay. Um, so that being said, um, this is essential to their process of passing through the veil and our process of letting them go. Okay. And again, I don't want anybody to feel like they've lost anybody, because they really don't go anywhere. Okay. If I could, literally make a slit right here and then in the atmosphere and open it up, like there's your loved ones. Okay. Okay. We're back again. Hello, Trish. It's me, Carla, Jakaya's friend. Hi, Carla. Hello, Danny. Hello there. Hi, Betsy. How is everybody tonight? I'm glad everybody could join me. I'm super excited. Yes. And again, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm burning sage here, just for a little bit of protection. I'm going to put this in my lap, I think. Okay. So as I was saying, they don't go anywhere. Okay. This is the 3D world. Their 5G world. Okay. It's overlapping. There is no direction to it. The 5D world is what we call heaven. Okay. Hi, Melissa. How are you? So they're overlapping. Okay. They're here at the same time. If that makes any sense. They're here at the same place and the same time. Okay. And as I explained before about the dimensions, just because we can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. It's like stations on the radio. Okay, we're tuned into one station on the radio. That does not mean that the other stations don't exist. We're just not tuning into them right now. We're not listening to that. Okay, so whenever I'm doing my readings and I'm connecting with spirit, I'm tuning into. It's training my brain, it's training my mind, my soul into tuning into 3D and 5D, which is heaven at the same time. Okay. Um, Thank you. I'm great. Awesome. Yes, cutting me off. My cheese. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep burning this good stuff then. All right. Okay. And I had a reading the other day. It was in the group reading, and she was just having so much trouble. She felt like that her loved ones were not around, okay, and that they, in a sense, kind of abandoned her, okay, and this was not the case, okay. And she was intuitive herself, and I had to kind of go in and explain to her, hey, you know, for one, it's too close to you, okay, and for two, you're not looking for, hello, Elaine. I'm grateful that you're enjoying this. Great. Um, I had to kind of explain, you're not really looking, you're not tuning into the right thing. Okay. Instead of looking for their spirit, instead of looking for objects to fall over in front of you or coins to be dropped on the floor, which sometimes can happen, don't get me wrong. But you have to pay attention to that feeling you got whenever they walked into the room. You have to be looking for that. You have to be picking up on their energy, okay? It's not necessarily about looking for signs in your cereal, okay? Um, you know, and then you have, And then during my group reading, it got a little bit emotional because, we were kind of dealing with a suicide victim. And, I had to be a little bit diligent about how I said it because it was very recent. And my guys were kind of like, well, you kind of have to be a little bit careful because they are still mourning. And, so I was. I brought through some messages that were very healing for them. But we have to understand that whenever somebody chooses to go out that way, during their review process, they have to go into like another healing process. Okay, they have to stay with their guides a little bit longer. They have to understand why they made that choice. Okay, and they have to what other options were there to get through the issues that they were having. Why did they make that choice? Okay, and Earth is hard. Okay, Earth is ridiculously hard. Okay, there's challenges, there's just tests everywhere, as we see them, as we perceive them. Okay, and some people just can't handle it. So they choose that way, either in the spur of the moment or premeditated. And I have to believe that there is an influential factor there at times. Okay. But nevertheless, they still have to go through an extra healing process, talk with their guides, see the other choices they could have made, see what their accomplishments were, and then they can meet with their loved ones. And it's not that they're being hid from them at all, but they have to get through their healing, and they have to understand why they made that choice. And what other choices were available. Okay. And I did have a family come to me for a reading, and my guides almost told me to not. They did tell me to not do the reading, that this family was in mourning. And I told them this. I said, I'm sorry, guys. I said, my family and my guides are telling me not to do this reading. I said, I don't know why. I said, but I'm not going to just sit here and make up a bunch of stuff to make you feel better. Okay. I don't want to, I don't want to do that to you. And they said, well, we understand. And I said, okay, that's fine. And you don't have to tell me, maybe they're saying come back later. Okay. And they're like, well, we understand why, this is, my son, we walked in on him, he had hung himself, and it had only been 2 weeks. And I said, well, that's not enough time for you guys to mourn properly. And, you have to mourn properly with something like that. I didn't feel right giving the reading, so they did come back at a later time, and we did do wonderful healing sessions. We brought through good messages. They found closure. They still come to see me. There is still healing involved. Okay. Do you ever really get over something like that? I don't know. I don't understand that point of view. Or I can't say I know how that feels. Okay. But as an empath, I could feel their energy from that. Okay. I hope I never have to go through anything like that. But again, I'm not going to sit there and give them information to make them feel better. I don't think that that's right. Take a drink. Hi, Sarah. Pets go, oh my gosh, pets definitely go to the same place we do. And actually during my group reading last week, I did bring through a little kitty, and I also brought through a dog. And the way it was brought up to me is, my guides give me cues somehow, and, my clients have to recognize it. So, and I don't ignore cues from my guides anymore because, for a while I was like avoiding them, like, well, that just doesn't make any sense. Why would you show me a picture of this? So I had a picture of a ladder come through, in my mind, and I said, okay, this is weird. I said, there's a picture of a ladder, like, being, leaned up against the roof. And I was, picking up on this one woman's energy really strongly. And for like the whole night, like I brought through so many messages for her. And the moment I said that there was this ladder that was being kind of, leaned up against this roof, and she's like, okay, well, I feel like I'm having a personal reading tonight. And I said, that's okay, does that ring a bell with you? And she said, well, yeah. She's like, I had my grandfather, where I grew up, he had this ladder, and every time he would get on the roof with this ladder, this little kitten would climb up the ladder and follow him up the roof. And I said, okay, so I wasn't wrong by, going ahead with this, what I was seeing. And she said, no, she's like, that cat was very important to me. He was almost, he was almost like my spirit animal. She's like, this is the one animal that I was closest with my whole life. And this cat would lay on me like every night, and it was almost like a therapy cat for me. And I said, well, this cat's, obviously coming through for you. And most of the time, a lot of the time, the message from the animals is that they love them, they're around them, and they visit us just like our loved ones do, okay, because they are our loved ones. And we have to remember that, each animal, each person, each animal comes into our lives for a specific reason, okay? Whether we recognize that reason or not in the beginning or whenever, sometimes we don't understand the meaning. They are there for a specific reason, okay? I myself have a cat that will lay on me every night. And he escapes, every so often. And he's gone for a night or two. And I feel it whenever he's gone for a night or two because he's my therapy cat. He's there to make me feel better. He's there. He sits in person in my lap. He's comforting. He knows this. So when he's gone, I feel that. So this cat came through for her. And then I had a little doggy come through for another couple that was there. And he didn't show me what he looked like, but my spirit had a dog. Yes, Christina, exactly. Yes. He wasn't showing me what he looked like, but he was giving me his personality from a dog that I used to have. So I was explaining this dog's personality, and they're all like looking at each other like, oh my God, that's, what was Scooter was his name. The dog Scooter. It's like, that's Scooter to a G. Like, and I said, well, what kind of a dog was he? Because I'm getting a dog that I used to have. Like, that's how my guides knew that I would recognize this animal's personality. And it wasn't the same type of dog that I was seeing, but again, they brought through my dog as a message that their dog was there. If that makes any sense. Okay. I have a dog that has passed away. Toby, little Cocker Spaniel. He was not a normal Cocker Spaniel. He would go fishing with us. He was just so attached to the family, and vice versa. I'm not real sure. At times he acted human, at times he didn't. So I'm not real sure if he had a human spirit or not. However, he was still very much a part of the family, and I recognized him by his smell, that wet dog smell. A lot of times when I'm driving in my car, he'll pop up and come to me, and I'll have that overpowering, Toby smell. So he'll ride in the car with me sometimes. And every once in a while, I have a dog now that looks like the dog that I used to have when I was younger. And every once in a while, at the corner of my eye, I think I see him instead of the dog that I have now. So that's him coming through, letting me know that he's there. Hello, Judith. Yeah, exactly. And I think that, I want to say, Mom, haven't you seen Toby down there too, where you're at? I think he kind of goes back and forth between the families. Yeah. I'm sure. Yes. Yeah. I figured. Yeah. He goes back and forth between the families, I think, a lot. And I know Chi Chi, the dog I have now, he likes to, he'll bark like there's another dog in the room. So I have to think it's one of those two. Absolutely. Love dogs. Yes, love dogs. Yeah, absolutely. Um, so is there anything that any of you would like me to explain a little bit better as far as the whole transitioning process? Again, I love being available to, uh, I've been there for so many people in their transition, and it's just such a beautiful experience. And, it really is. I want to say at least a dozen people that I've been there for their last breath, and it's just an absolutely beautiful, peaceful experience. And some of them have shown me immediately where they've gone, and some of them have not. Some of them, once they pass through, that's it. Some of them will give me a message once they do, and if they got there okay, and then they're with their guides or their families. Um, Again, it's just nothing but beautiful, guys. Nobody should ever be afraid of this. Okay, um, we have. This is where we came from. This is where we're going. And again, as a survivor, just because you can't see them anymore doesn't mean they're not there. Okay. It's just like tuning into the radio. Okay, you're just not tuned into seeing the energy essence. Okay, anymore. If there's anything at all you guys want me to explain or try my best to explain, I can ask my guides. My guides are always on standby. In fact, in a lot of my feeds, a lot of you say that you can see them standing behind me, and they are, and it's like more and more people tell me that each time. It's almost like they're testing you to see who can see them or not. It's weird, but I call on them before I come in here. I spend at least about 20 minutes in meditation and make sure I'm connected with them before I come on here. My grandma passing was gone many years, and a medium told me he didn't cross, so she crossed the water. See, I just don't, I cannot see, once the soul lets go, they go where they're supposed to. It's just that, some people, they don't understand the learning process, if that makes any sense. So he crossed over. It's not that he didn't cross over. He just still needed to do some learning, a different kind of learning, maybe. If that makes any sense. Yeah. He might have been in doing extra healing. You know what I mean? Like he might have been doing something extra as far as his healing process. Because I can't see nobody crossing over. Yes. Okay. Good. Hi, Marina. Liz. Okay. Good. I'm glad. He had Alzheimer's. Okay. All right. He had Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's is, gosh, I have my one in many theories on Alzheimer's because I'm a nurse and I see that daily. And I've asked my guides numerous times about, why this has to happen to the human brain. And it's almost like, as I said before, some of these mental disorders can be explained by energy and dimensions, okay? So it might be that their mind is just being accessed, is accessing either their soul contract from an earlier time or, an alternate time. Alzheimer's. Hi, Courtney. It's good to see you. I saw you got on. But my be damaged when I cross over to spirit from so much force medication to my physical body that I go through. Scott, I don't really. again, I don't know if you were on already whenever I explained this, but when it is an expected passing, our guides, you know, the light beings from the other side, our angels, they all are preparing our energy. They are preparing our body to make that transition. Okay, so all that entails everything, all the trauma that our bodies went through, the trauma that our energy centers have went through. Okay, this is that spinning tunnel that I explained. Okay, it's like again, whenever I was in the room, whenever my grandfather was passing, and I was first coming into acknowledging that I have gifts, I guess I could literally feel the energy just spinning around him. Okay, his body was being prepared in that manner so that it would make it easier for his spirit to make that transition. Okay, and it's not that it's going to be damaged. Okay, again, because they know exactly what they need to do to prepare our spirit and to make that transition. When souls are looking out on lives, are they preparing for a new contract, a new soul contract? Yeah, Claudia, absolutely. It doesn't have to happen simultaneously, okay? Because we can, be on the other side for however long until it's time for us to take up a new soul contract. How can I remember my past lives? Marina, if you want to, you can talk to your guides. You can ask your guide to just help you with that, okay? Do meditations. I know I've done meditations on it, and it's not really, it can happen during the meditation, but a lot of times it's not really what happens during the meditation. It's what happens between meditations. Well, that's where the healing takes place, okay? So whenever I did mine on my past lives, I actually got them in dreams. Or visions right before I went to sleep, if that makes any sense. Your guides can help you with anything. Do not be afraid to ask them for help, okay? That is why they're called guides. Make your feet slightly. Oh, that's okay, Courtney. I mean, I understand that you're busy. I'm glad to have you, though. I've missed you, too. Are transitions different for babies and children? Betsy, I don't really have an answer for that. I will discuss that with my guide, so I don't want to give you the wrong answer there because I've dealt mostly with adults. But I will talk to my guides because it's probably the same for everybody, okay? And, babies and children that come in and they leave this world a little bit too early, they're here for a specific reason. And with, like somebody asked earlier, their bodies haven't went through as much trauma as us adults put our bodies through. Okay. So it's probably the same for everybody, I would imagine. Okay. We all come from the same place. Our energy comes from the same place, right? We're all the same energy. It keeps cutting out. I love you and I want you to pay attention, but not. If that makes sense. I know, Christina, it's okay. Can your loved ones see us? And if so, guess what's in their funeral? Carla, yeah, our loved ones can see us. Absolutely. Okay. Can they attend their own funeral? That depends on how long their life review takes, I would imagine, if they choose to. Okay. I've seen the body being prepared through Dad and your grandpa. Yeah, Mama, we did too. Absolutely, I did too. And I think we all kind of discussed him being prepared. They were surrounding him and playing with his clothes and it was very interesting, very wonderful experience. So my grandpa lost his battle with depression, and I wondered how that works. Yeah, Courtney, and that's okay, Courtney. I can discuss suicides again. I've worked with a couple different clients and a couple different spirits that have lost their lives through suicide. And there's just, they have to go, we all go through our life review, okay, but they have to kind of take some extra time here, and they have to do a little bit extra healing with their spirit guides and look at their contracts and look at their life choices and why they chose to make that decision. What better options were there? And of course, they do look at their accomplishments and they look at their whole lives, but they do have to do a little bit extra healing there. And it's it's not like they don't go to the same place. They do, okay? They just have to spend a little bit extra time on their healing, okay, to find out why exactly this happened. But as I said earlier, Earth is really hard. I mean, my everyday life is hard. And I understand the whole process. It's still hard. Gosh. And I'm not saying I understand by no means why somebody would do that. But I've never had those thoughts. I don't know, but from the information that I've gotten from my guides and these spirits, this is what happens. Okay. So again, don't feel like you've lost anybody. They are literally right there. Okay. You just, again, it's like tuning into the radio. You're not tuning into, you're tuning into one radio station. Just that doesn't mean the other ones don't exist, right? Okay. You adjust your vibration, your frequency a little bit, and you can tune into that. You have not lost anybody, guys. Okay, 11 minutes, I have to go. That's okay, Christina. I will talk with you later, okay? Feel free to message me in the morning, okay? I'm sorry that it keeps cutting out on you. Marina, did that help at all? I hope I gave you a closing answer there. Hello, Christian. It's really hard, fair play to you. It's about time I like you. You do. Hello, how are you? Okay. Hello, Peter. What do they do on your side? Do they eat, drink, sleep, party, or what? Carla, whatever they want. I mean, there's people that have jobs, okay? They can, they can assist with the evolution process, okay? They can create different things. They can, work in the ocean. They can work on different planets with life, okay? They can do pretty much whatever they want. I guess they can party. Why not? Whatever makes them feel peaceful, okay? Whatever helps their soul grow more. They can also plan their next soul contracts, okay? They can visit other planets as spirits, okay? They can, walk amongst the elemental realm. They can, because you have to think our bodies are multidimensional, right? Okay. So we can do some stuff there. I don't believe they sleep. Okay, I don't believe energy essences would sleep. I think it's our vessels that need sleep. Are they there always, or just until they take on another body? Life. Courtney, that's a very good question. I want to explain that a little bit because we all have a little bit of our spirit still kind of attached, if that's the right word, to the fifth dimensional world, okay? Mine is a little bit more in the fifth dimensional because I do what I do. I communicate with over there. So we are there and we're here, if that makes any sense. Again, we're multidimensional, right? Okay. And they can, and there's so much more telepathy going on than what you guys think, okay? There really is. If they choose to stay there always, absolutely. But if they choose that they want to go on into another vessel, whether it be here or, another planet or another star system, wherever the case may be, then they can. It's up to that soul. It's up to that spirit. Hey, Patty, I'm not doing those kind of readings tonight, but if you wanted to book with me, that would be great. Yes, it did. I appreciate it. Awesome. I'm so glad. Claudia, good night, honey. I'll see you. I'll see you later. I'm going to be at the chair yoga thing at the office this week, so I might see you there. Is there a breeze moving your curtain? Courtney, yes, there is. I'm sorry. It was really hot in my room, so I have my fan on. That's what that's about. I didn't want to, burn off while I was doing this feed. It's tripping you out? Okay. If it trips you out too much, let me know, and I guess I can turn that fan off. Yes, but Courtney, yeah, that was a really good question there. That's really up to them. Did I miss it? No, Jakaya, you did not miss it whatsoever. I did go over a lot, though, so you may have to go back and watch. But Did you have any specific questions that you wanted me to answer that I can maybe go through with you? And again, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm burning sage because my feed's always cut out on people. And somebody just does not like the information that I give out. So I have all kinds of protection crystals here and my black tourmaline and my fluorite. Just in case you were wondering what I was doing with my lighter. And people need to wake up because your soul doesn't sleep. Humans, the human race don't need sleep. Sleep for an hour. Okay, I'm following you, Peter. I absolutely. The soul really doesn't need sleep. It's the vessel. It's the body. Our human vessel that needs sleep. And it requires, nutrition to keep us running throughout the day. It's a 3-dimensional thing. Absolutely. So I was just checking. Well, Courtney, I mean, like I said, in every feed of mine, everybody always says that there's usually spirits behind me, and I'm sure it's my spirit guides because I usually call on them to assist me through my live feeds. But that is the curtain, I swear. But they are probably here too as well. It's in the album Facebook. And Peter, you're absolutely right. Every time I do one of these, it cuts out on people, and it's because I'm giving this information, and it's just how it is. It's meant to distract us, so we're just going to ignore it and we're going to keep going, right? And that's why I'm just nonchalantly burning this sage so that we don't have that problem tonight. I'm hoping. How do we find assets left in a family bloodline? I've been having dreams for 10 years. And showing me land. Jakaya, just write down your clues that you're getting. Write down your clues and put them together. You can ask your guides too. Write down your dreams. Anything can be a clue there, okay? Because it sounds like they are trying to show you something there. Write down your clues. Stick with them. Do research on them. And don't mistake anything. Again, like I said earlier, before, I was always like, not avoiding my visions that my guides were giving me because I didn't think they were making sense, but I was kind of like almost throwing away. You can't do that. Everything you need that you feel is a clue. It most likely is, okay? Stephen Hawkins, you mean? Is that what you mean, Peter? Okay, you're welcome, Jakaya. Is this your grandpa, Jakaya? Your grandpa's coming to you? So yeah, pay attention to what he's trying to show you, okay? So, and don't discount anything. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions they would like me to clear up? I'm more than happy to. Yes, and Grandma. Mom and sis has same detailed dreams. So absolutely, that's going to mean something then. You want to write down the details that you know and the details that stick out to you because those are your clues, okay? And that goes for any kind of dreams, guys, okay? If something sticks out to you in your dream and if it's a visitation dream, okay, and somebody talking to you, write that information down, okay? Those are messages for you guys. It's one thing that I talked about too before, okay? Visitation and dreams, okay? These are your loved ones coming to you guys, okay? Whenever you're asleep, your mind is a little bit more open as far as knowing what's or not knowing what's real and what's not real, I guess I should say, if that makes any sense. These common words I'm having trouble with tonight for some reason. But it's a little bit easier for the mind to grasp seeing these people, okay? Because as humanity, we've been taught that it's wrong, that when somebody passes on, that they're no longer there, we shouldn't see them. So when we're sleeping, our mind is a little bit more open to the fact that we can see them, okay? Plus, it's our subconscious, it's our spirit going to these places, or they're coming to us, okay? And I think I've talked before about the dream that my mother had about my grandmother. My grandmother has been gone for, how long it's been, 17 years now. And my mother had a dream about her at some kind of yard sale or something, and she held up a blanket or a tablecloth, was it? And it had a symbol on it, and my grandmother told her, this is what's in heaven. So the first, that whenever my mother was communicating this dream to me, and I said, well, the first thing that pops into my mind that my guys are telling me is sacred geometry. So the first sacred geometry symbol that I found was peace. And I sent this to my mother through a text, and she said, oh my God, that's it. So this was me picking up on, the symbol. It was my grandmother telling me which symbol that she used in my mother's dream, if that makes any sense, okay? So her message was, peace is what's in heaven, okay? Isn't that awesome? It really is. And I told my mom, because she's like, well, it didn't make any sense because she was at like a yard sale, and I said, well, this is probably what she's doing in her leisure time. This is what she's doing. She's either making these products, or she's selling them, or just enjoying them, okay? But for one, she used that to give you that message too. And you have to remember, our spirits are we are multidimensional, okay? We can go to them too, okay? They don't just have to come to us. You guys have to remember that. Okay, that's fine, Peter. Go ahead and send it to me in a PM, okay? Yes, okay. And going on, explaining the coincidence of that dream, the next day, my mother was at Walmart of all places, and my mother and my father were at Walmart of all places. And my dad had went and got my mother and brought her over to this woman, because this woman looked exactly like my grandmother. Not my grandmother, living person, looked exactly like my grandmother. I said, that she was giving you confirmation of the dream that you had, because you were explaining that you didn't, you needed validation of that this dream was what it was, and, so she gave you that validation. But by sending someone that looked exactly like her so that you would recognize that, okay? And that's how it works. Ask and you shall receive, okay? And sometimes it's based on trust. A lot of mine is based on trust, but I've learned to have that in my day-to-day life. I'm a light anchor. Okay, Peter, that's fine. Send me that in a PM. Did you run into a feed on animal spirit guides? No. You know what? I haven't. But yeah, you can have animal spirit guides. Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Again, I think I mentioned earlier, my living kitty, is kind of almost my, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a familiar. Do you interpret dreams? Carla, I absolutely do interpret dreams. Yes, I do. And it was actually, I think, was it my last feed that I did? I can't remember, on dream interpretation and explanations. This is one of my favorite things, because this is kind of how my gift started, was with my dreams. Because once my guides realized that I was paying attention to my dreams, they just kept on coming. And I was getting more and more and more messages, and then eventually it kind of leaked over into my waking life, and the messages were coming there. So yes, absolutely. It won't let me send a link to your page. Link to my page. Okay, that's fine, Peter. Okay. I'm just going to make sure I'm not missing any questions here because I realized that I missed a few. In a dream last night, I was lost in the dark. Okay, Patty. Lost in the dark. So, I mean, when you take a look at that, you're lost in the dark. My guides are telling me maybe you're not sure what direction to take with something. Does that make any sense? And dreams are meant to be symbolic, 100% symbolic, okay? And they're symbolic for you, not anybody else, because we all have a different perception. Okay, my dreams are not going to be for my mother. No, it may be a message for my mother, but it's going to be in a way that only I can interpret it. Does that make sense? Like, I know that I interpret dreams, but my guides are telling me how to interpret them. Okay, I'm not just coming up with stuff that how I would interpret it. It may be something, a different message for me. How can we get our loved ones to give us lucky? How can we get our loved ones to give us lucky numbers? When you find out, let me know. That would be wonderful. I would love to have that, but that's also a personal gain thing, and that's not really fair, I guess. That's another thing. I can't ask for that stuff. As much as I want to, I shouldn't. Okay, that's just not fair. So, and I think that I would probably lose my gifts if that happened. If I really, use my gifts for that purpose. Yes. And, there's cases where, well-known psychic mediums and spirit communicators have gotten so big in the spotlight or in the camera, and, then all of a sudden they're being wrong. It's because their ego has gotten too big, okay? And their gifts are a little less strong, I guess I should say. Dreams mean the opposite in what you see within the dream. Turn around and go back to your way and enjoy all of them. Okay. If I meet it, do you feel drawn to pull a card or two? Jana, yeah, I totally can. Absolutely. I definitely can pull a card or two. Let me get through a couple more questions that people have. And I will certainly pull a couple of cards, okay? I love pulling cards for you guys. Yes, no personal gain. Yeah, Carrie, no personal gain. Shucks, I know. Well, it's meant to be a struggle. I shouldn't say a struggle. Okay, like Earth life is meant to have lessons involved in it, okay? This is why we come here, okay? To learn lessons, to help our soul grow, to understand certain processes a little bit better. So if we were just given all the answers, then what's the point? It's like going to the casino and winning every time. Well, that's no fun, and you're not learning anything, are you? Okay, so we have to kind of trudge our way through the mud and learn how to do that in a sense, because if we're just given all the answers, we're not learning anything at all. We're really not, and we're meant to learn. We're meant to help our soul grow. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. My grandma passed and my twin came to Men's Script Church. Yeah, Jakaya, the twin flame journey. Oh my goodness. It's something else, isn't it? I understand there. But they always come back in twin flames. It's a cycle. And they're meant to, they're really meant to wake us up. They're really meant to just be our mirror and, help us understand our faults and our issues a little bit better. So that's really what a twin flame is meant for. It's meant to be a teacher. Okay. Just as the voices and people in my mom season here. Yeah, and Vicky, I was talking about this earlier, actually. I think not about her, but I think some of it is real. I know she plays it off as some of it is not real, but I really feel like there is something there, that she is seeing something. So I really need to, and of course she plays it off, so it's hard for me to talk with her about it, and she's going to deny that that's what that is, or she always says that it's shadows, but there is something there, I think. Okay, yeah, in the 90s. Okay, in the 90s, you were just okay. When you do me, you'll be amazed so we can see my cards. Okay. Patience is key, but it's so hard. Yes, Patty, with the twin flame journey, yes, patience is like, the patience will get you. You have to have patience, though. You're absolutely right. Share. Yeah, please share. Are you able to see my future with around Jenny? Will he marry me? Well, Carrie, I don't typically do those type of readings on here, but I do twin flame coaching. So you can book a twin flame coaching session with me if you want, because it's a little more personal. I can probably pick up on the energy, but, it would be just a lot better as far as giving personal readings if it's just me and you. Does that make sense? And we can kind of sit down and discuss things in detail. So I don't think it's fair because my energy is over here and over there, and I want to be focused on you, okay? So I typically don't do those readings in the live feeds. I am struggling so bad to tell her. Okay, 339 is the frequency of the universe. Okay. Okay. My daughter, how I said she see white shadows around her family home. White shadows, okay. Okay. Vanessa, as long as it's not like threatening in any way, she's not feeling threatened or anything, is she? If you want, you can book a reading with me. We can get some more information about that and make sure and to see what those are. It could be spirit guides, and it probably is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Making sure I'm not missing any questions, guys. Yeah, and Vicky, absolutely. It could be. I know that she has been saying stuff about seeing people in the backyard when people are not back there. So, that land is very old. So, there's probably, you got to think, the area that we live in with the Wood River Massacre and that, I'm sure there's Native American activity back there as well. Spirit guides, absolutely. Our spirit guides are always communicating with us. Some of us are not just in tune to it, okay, as much as others are. I correlate with them kind of daily, just to keep myself connected because I do what I do, okay? And again, they're talking to us, they're communicating with us, they're sending us messages. Some of us are just not tuned into that kind of information, or we're just not looking for it, or we're completely oblivious, or sometimes we just don't want to know, okay? No, she is not scared of them at all. Okay, good, okay. If you want, we can discuss it further, in a reading. That would be good to see, because if she's seeing this, then she has gifts. If you want to be technical, we all have gifts, okay? Some of us just express them a little bit differently than others. Why did 3 of my exes pass on? Never to see. Oh, Carla, to be frank, whenever we're mapping out our soul contracts, we choose to go through certain things. So if something like that happens, then your soul wanted to experience something like that. And maybe you were meant to be there for them in that time, okay? Maybe it's part of your soul gift, okay? Let me explain that a little bit more. For being there for them whenever they have passed on, to help them through that transition. Again, your soul signed up for this before it came here. Okay, so whatever lesson you wanted to learn, that's the way you learned that lesson. And you may not see that lesson right now, okay? But for whatever reason, you may learn whatever that lesson is later on in life, okay? A lot of times whenever we go through the things that we do, we don't know, we don't understand why we have, because some of it's painful, but there's a lesson there somewhere, okay? We're learning something. Our soul is learning something. And we chose to do this. And sometimes, I think I said this before, sometimes, you go through a certain something and you realize that, well, I kind of signed up for this, and you have to give yourself a face palm, like, why did I do that? They needed you. Yeah, Patty, exactly. I feel the same way. They needed you. You needed them for that time. Okay. You chose to be there for them at that time of transition. For a lesson for you and a lesson for them. All is involved. Okay. Hello from Minty. Hello there, Debs. Okay. New condition. Okay. Okay. Do self-hypnosis tapes that let you meet your spirit guides or guides from yourself. Donna, it's all about, as far as that's concerned, it's all about how you feel about it, okay? I'm going to tell you, though, I can lead you through it through meditation, but I shouldn't be telling you who your guides are. That should come from you. Your guides want it to be a personal thing, okay? You have to build that relationship with them. Does that make sense? So if you feel comfortable doing it on your own, absolutely. Because those self-hypnosis, tapes should not be anything dangerous for you, okay? If you're feeling threatened in any way, your spirit can pull yourself out of it. If you feel comfortable doing it in the presence of another person or with another person, absolutely. But again, don't let them tell you who your spirit guides are. Your spirit guides should come through for you, and they should tell you themselves, okay? It's a personal relationship, okay? I work with my guides, you work with yours, you know what I mean? Okay? But yeah, absolutely they can help. I mean, I think all of us, I did my own meditations on this, okay? I did my own meditations to meet mine. But that was my choice. I could have went with somebody and they could have walked me through the whole thing, absolutely. But I think that it coming from my own spirit, my own self, it was more for me to gain that relationship with them so I could do what I do, okay? Why do I have a hard time finding good friends? Debbie, that's because probably you're not from here originally, okay? I don't know if you've ever heard of the word starseeds. These are people that never feel like they fit in to any kind of group, and they feel like they're their own friend, their own best friend, okay? We all should feel like we're our own best friend, right? We should all love and be kind to ourselves, right? This is how it should be. But yeah, you're probably a starseed, okay? Your first life probably wasn't from Earth, okay? And you're probably a very old soul. So that's probably why. And Debbie, you're not the only one that feels this way at all, okay? You noticed hi, Allison. Hello, G. I see people should not hear them. I feel disease jobs and my grandparents present in my home. Vicky, I know. I know that Grandpa Lee and Grandma Grace are present with everybody. And again, it's not that they're not crossed over. It's just they visit. Absolutely. I had a meditation, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so that I saw them. And again, I'm not really seeing them. It's more like a like somebody pulls a projection screen down in front of my eyes. It's in my mind's eye. Okay. Yep. And I guarantee their presence is probably big there. I talked to my 9-year-old grandson who sees past people. Brenda, talk with him. Some really scare him because he's probably not understanding what's really happening. Okay, just talk with him and be understanding. Okay, don't put him down in any way, which I'm not saying you do, but just be understanding with him and listen to him and let him talk about it. Okay, I think this is going to help him. My son has really big anxiety issues, and lately I've been giving him his blue goldstone, okay, so that he can work out with it. Find some crystals that resonate with him. He may need some protection crystals too, okay, black tourmaline, okay. This is a really good grounding and really good protection stone, okay. This may help him. Just let him talk about it. Let him talk about it and just be there for him. That's how you help him, okay? Absolutely. And don't let anybody put him down. I had to because my son is just so fifth dimensional, I have to talk with him about, there's a time and a place where we can talk about this because some people aren't understanding. But don't ever feel like you're wrong about anything. You know what I mean? So, but he knows he can talk with me about it, and his grandma and his, brothers and sisters. I think the curtain is creeping me out now. I'm not real I may have to turn that fan off. It's on your shoulders when you get tap on the right ear. Okay. We are talking about life on the other side. Well, the first person we see, the most higher Jesus, and thank you so much for answering all my questions. The first person we see is whoever it is that we want to see, okay? It's all about perception. A lot of times it's going to be our spirit guides, okay? And it may be our loved ones. Sometimes we don't see our loved ones until later, and it can be, okay? I know that whenever my grandfather was passing away, and I was first coming into my gifts, and it was, my grandmother was like, she was already passed, and she was like in the other room to where he couldn't see her. And I kept telling my mom, I said, she's waiting for some reason. Like, she's not the one that's next to him, like I thought she would have been. She was like hanging out in the other room. You know what I mean? It was strange. But, once I learned a little bit more about what happens, when we transition, I understood that a little bit better. Hi, Allison. I said his name was Sam and the other Archangel Gabriel. Awesome. I know that Donna, I have quite a few guides myself. And then I have Archangel Michael present with me a lot, and because I do a lot of cleansings. And I also have Archangel Raphael, which is healing, because I do a lot of healing and home healings and, whatever kind of healing. So he's with me very often. And then Gabriel has been with me lately because my gifts have just been expanding like crazy. So he's been with me as well. And Mother rubbed my shoulder when she around me now. Allison, absolutely. They're always around us, okay? And, we can contact them too, okay? All we have to do is think about them or say their name and they can come visit. There is more telepathy than what we think there is, okay? They are literally right in front of me. I know that sounds creepy, but they are right there. They are right there, guys. You have not lost anybody. Okay, you just can't see them because their energy essence, they've lost their vessel. Does that make sense? I am persistent. I have to keep knowing my path every for disabilities of the vessel ones. Jennifer, I have worked with my guides so much on expanding my abilities. They can tell you exactly what you need to do as far as what path you need to take there. And Jennifer, I do spiritual life coaching. I kind of walk people through this and what they need to work on a little bit more, or to talk with our guides a little bit more, how to let go of certain blocks. So if you want to get a hold of me, absolutely. Can you be immune to kinds of crystals and stones? Yeah, Brenda, absolutely. Don't let me forget, okay? But this one is a biggie for anxiety. This is one that I've given my son. It's blue goldstone, okay? I don't know if you can see how it sparkles there. You see that? There you go. And there's also red goldstone too that kind of helps. And rose quartz is very good for heart healing. Beautiful stone, beautiful stone. Okay, very good for heart healing. But absolutely, they show signs all the time. Yes, absolutely, Patty. And we just have to be paying attention to them, if you know what I mean. Like they show us signs all day long, guys. And we're just so oblivious to it because we're so involved in our day-to-day life. We're not even realizing we're not acknowledging them. Archangel Gabriel was the first guide I met in talking. Her color was copper. Absolutely, Gabrielle. That's so awesome. That's so cool. I started working with Michael and Raphael because I was just a natural healer, and then later on, I was working with Gabriel as of lately. Oh, you're welcome, Jennifer. It's hard with children, it really is, and you're going to find that the children of this generation is just absolutely spectacular with already coming and knowing their gifts. Some days I think that my son has never forgotten who he was before he came here. You know, he's just so clairsentient and clairvoyant, and, you know, we went through some of his visions the other day, and then it was so awesome. We were taking a walk, and he started talking about, well, you know, there's like a field that is an energetic field that just stores like all the knowledge in the universe, right? And I'm like, John, yeah, that's the Akashic Records. And I was like, how did you know about that? He's like, I don't know, I just did. It just came to me. And so it's stuff like that. He's 12. He doesn't watch my live feeds, okay? He's not there. He doesn't. The only thing that we talk about is the stuff that he asks me about, and I give him answers for. That's how wonderful he is. That's how this new generation is. He is just so clairsentient and clairvoyant. It's just, he's going to be, you know, stronger than me. For chronic pain, I use a lot of black tourmaline, okay, because I do have a lot of chronic pain. A lot of chronic pain comes from negativity that we're holding on to, okay. Our negative thoughts are going to affect our bodies in such a way that we hold on to them, like I said, and it's going to come out in the form of chronic pain, okay? Whether it be arthritis or just nerve pain or whatever the case may be, fibromyalgia, okay? Anything to repel negativity, and good grounding stones work for chronic pain as well, okay, guys? There, so I realize I must have been touched by spirit. Yeah, absolutely, Vanessa. This happens all the time. We just have to be looking for it, okay? I know I get goosebumps a lot whenever I'm doing readings. It's because of the spirit close proximity. Can you ask a 2-year-old where he comes from? He always says I can't come up there. Yeah, okay, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I was sitting on my couch one day, and my son comes down the stairs and told me his whole soul story about where he's lived before and where he's going to live in the future lives, and it's wonderful. Gian, absolutely. Absolutely, Gian, you're very welcome. I deal with a lot of fibromyalgia, not so much anymore. It's been a lot better since I started working out my blocks and coming into my gifts. A lot of it was I was denying that it was happening to me, that I had these gifts, and I was holding on to these negative associations with psychics and mediums and spirit communicators. So it was coming out in a form of that. Can you talk about beloved pets in the past? Absolutely, AJ. Beloved pets, they go to the same place we do, guys, and they can visit us just as our loved ones can. I spoke earlier about a dog that I had. He was a Cocker Spaniel. He decides he likes to come to me, so a lot of times whenever I'm driving, because he had a very recognizable smell about him because we had a pond that he would just swim around in, and he'd always smell like a wet dog. And I can just be driving down the street and I'll smell this wet dog smell, and I'm like, oh, there's Toby. They can visit us just as much as often as we want them to. Again, it's more telepathy than what we like to think, okay? I have fibromyalgia. I'm about to first look at the festive situation. Okay. Yeah, there still might be some blocks there. I deal with that a little bit still. It's not as bad as it used to be. I worked out a lot of my kinks and my blocks, but again, Earth is hard. I mean, Earth is it's a hard place to be. Life is hard. I think that it's a daily maintenance thing. If I fall behind on my daily maintenance, I can feel it. Okay. I'm a positive person too. I've changed greatly in the past year or two as far as that. But again, I still deal with some chronic pain here and there. Also, it has to do with empathic abilities too, because we're always taking on other people's energy, or tuning into other people's energy, I should say. So it might not be your energy that's creating this. It could be you picking up on your neighbors or just society's, the whole world's energy, okay? The whole world's problems. So I know I have a lot of healing to do. Julie, yeah, and you're not alone there. The fibromyalgia community is huge nowadays. But don't you think it's a little coincidental that the energy of the earth started changing, and then all of a sudden now everybody has fibromyalgia, okay? There has to be a coincidence there. There's so much to do with that. Makes sense, empath. Yeah, absolutely. And I do notice that if I'm in a crowd of people, for one, I'm picking up on everybody's energy, and I have to learn how to push up my own vibration instead of picking up on others a lot of times, or I will go home with a lot of pain. Okay, it's all about pushing out your own frequency and your own positive vibration instead of always tuning into everybody else's. And that it can be hard sometimes. It really can. I don't do well in big crowds a lot of times. And I doubt that any empaths do. I'm watering my stones in white sage and golden santos and Colfax black tourmaline. Those are all wonderful, wonderful stones, Donna. Wonderful stones. Very healing stones. White sage is wonderful I guess I quit burning that, but I guess I could continue to burn that. Black tourmaline is very good. Green fluorite. I have purple fluorite here. I use this a lot in my home cleansings. Okay. It's salt fluorite, right? Okay. We'll schedule a healing session. It's convenient for you. Yeah, Donna, absolutely. Just get a hold of me, honey, okay? We can work that out. No problem at all. Degenerative nerve disease. Absolutely, I understand, honey. The tapes help. Okay, good. Get a hold of me whenever when it's convenient for you, okay? Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my main readings and healing days, okay? Fully raw diet will help shift that. Absolutely, Jakaya, yes. Raw vegetables, fresh fruits, that type of thing, GMO, a lot more organic items. Okay. Very coincidentally, yes, Julie, I can't do crowds. Yes, Patty, I can't either. Selenite, absolutely. Selenite is wonderful. Hello, Rena. My husband was driving in heavy traffic today and was very frustrated, and I thought I really should have myself sent her each night. I guess I put myself down. Deanne, absolutely. And there's days that, I even know how to work with this and I still have issues like that, okay? It's just, it's not about not doing it, or it's about realizing what's happening. Do you guys understand that? That's what awakening really is. It's being aware of your own thoughts and how to project your thoughts to make them better and to make your life better. Okay, does that make sense, guys? it's not really avoiding this stuff. Like, I know I talk with a lot of people that they think awakening means that, they're a positive person and nothing ever bothers them and that they have the best life ever. No, guys. And it's all about realizing what you're doing in your own actions and your own thoughts and to change them to better yourself and those around you. Okay? That's what awakening really is. I feel like I can pick up on other people's side things, but I can't tell my own. I want to. Absolutely, Brenda. Yes. Deprogram and reprogram. Yes, that's how I would help my oldest son too. Jana, I agree with you. And book with me, and we can talk about that. Okay. Because there's stuff that can be done there. Okay, please book with me. I'm more than happy to help you through that. I know we've talked a little bit about it. But absolutely talk with me, okay? Okay, new here. Hello. A work in progress. Can't pick up on him. Okay. I can pick up on what my grandson does. Okay, I had to go back and read that, Brenda. I'm sorry. Can't pick up on him. He may have some sort of a, because I know I've dealt with other people that have abilities, and sometimes they're blocking themselves from other people and they don't realize that they've set up like a wall, or sometimes whenever they're wearing like a protection stone, they don't realize that they're completely blocking themselves from being read. So I'm like, I think there was one time I had to be like, what jewelry do you have on right now? And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm having trouble getting, you have like a wall up. Like, and they're like, oh my gosh, I have the labradorite on. I'm like, oh, that's why you need to take that off so you can have a reading. Sometimes that happens, okay? I have been having a strong feeling all year long. Sure thing, Trish. Donna, please do. I'm more than happy to help you, okay? Self-evident empath that works in the medical field. Carla, I am right there with you. I carry, as well as my son, this blue goldstone around with me at work and my black tourmaline around with me at work. I'm a nurse, okay? So I deal with that every day at my day job. That's actually my pendulum that I use for my healings, but and I have a smaller black tourmaline, okay? This is gonna help you out with that stuff at work. I can tell whenever I leave it at home. I try not to leave it at home. I try to keep an extra one in my car. Apache Tear. Okay, Apache Tear. I've also worked with that. I carried one around in my pocket. Okay, that's fine, Peter. I'm going to go through. I'm going to make sure everybody's got their questions answered, and then I'm going to read some cards, okay? Some quick cards. I think what I need to do, though, is I need to get my phone on the charger so that I don't lose you guys. So hold on just a minute, guys. I need to message my husband and tell him to bring me my phone charger. Okay, just 1 second, guys. Hang tight. I don't want to lose you guys in the middle of it. Okay. And if you guys are sending me PMs, I will get back to you as soon as I can, I promise, okay? But I can't see my PMs right now, so I'll look at them after I leave the live feed, okay? I may have to go get it. I don't know if he's out there dealing with my 5-month-old or not. I don't hear him anymore. He was crying. Oh, Anna, that's okay. I've been praying for you, Anna. I know you're going through some health stuff right now. And just watch whenever you can, okay? Watch whenever you can. I know you enjoy my live feeds, so just you take your time, you heal your body, okay? You don't worry about me. You worry about yourself right now, okay? And then whenever you get time, you can come back and watch it, babe, all right? I am not worried. I know you're very faithful to me. Okay. All right. My oldest and my youngest daughter would wake up in the middle of the night screaming, and they would appear awake, and what they are experiencing is very real, but you can see it in their faces. Okay, Patty, my children have done the same thing. My oldest, who is now 12, and my middle child, who is now 2.5, they have both done the same thing. They both are very gifted. This is their lucid dreaming is what's happening. And my son still does this, and he doesn't quite understand it, but I have to go through with it because it does freak him out, because they're still asleep, but they look awake. I think the first time that he did it, he was probably a little bit younger than what my daughter is now, maybe about 2. He came in, and he kept saying, he was awake looking at me, and he kept telling me to not shut the door. And I'm like, John, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Don't shut the door. I'm like, I'm right here. There is no door. And then it dawned on me that he was still sleeping. He was having a nightmare, I guess, but he was lucid dreaming. Okay. This is what's called a false awakening. And he talks about this. He's had quite a few of them. My son has. They're in a lucid dream. And science tells us that the part of the brain that controls you being awake and the part of the brain that controls you being asleep cannot be active at the same time. But the lucid dream tells us so. All right, the mind tells us so, that it's possible. So when this happens, sometimes the body gets confused, and the brain is telling the body that it's awake, but your mind is telling it that it's sleeping, if anybody is following. So they get up and they go about their business like they're awake, but their brain is actually asleep. So that's what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna burn a little bit more of this right now. Okay, it's keeping a little bit of this burning just in case. I hope that helps you. How I've had to deal with this is, with both of them, just talk calmly to them, okay, and almost like a monotone voice, and just tell them their name, and that, hey, you need to wake up. You're sleeping. You're not awake yet. It's Mom. I'm here. Be very calm with them. Don't shake them, because that's only going to kind of freak them out a little bit worse. Just talk very calmly with them and explain to them that they need to open their eyes and they need to wake up. They're going to hear this in their subconscious, and they're going to come through. And it may take a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, just bear with it. Have patience. Do not get frustrated. Do not get freaked out. And that usually works. Is there a healing stone? And Vicki, there is all types of healing stones. What kind of healing were you looking for? Answer me that. There's all kinds of healing stones. Okay. Mine too. It's scary. Yes. Hermosa, why don't you get with me and book a session with me, and we'll see what's going on. I don't know if I'd be able to tell you right now, but privately and personable, maybe I can, okay? My mother said I would do that all the time. All the time, and my tears, so my orbs. Okay, Donna. Yeah, okay. And you're going to find that it's going to run in families like that, absolutely. And again, as I said, we all have gifts, okay, guys? We all have gifts. We just express them a little bit differently. Okay, there's always that one thing about you that's different than everybody else. Okay, I like to think that mine is being able to assist spirits with the passing on transition, because it seems awfully coincidental that I keep getting put in that position. You know what I mean? Because then it's peaceful to me, and I love doing it. I love being able to help that process. Maybe doing it, found embracing help. Exactly, a loving, calming, peaceful embrace. Absolutely, do not try to shake them forcefully. It's just, I think that's going to make matters worse. So, hello, Laura. My oldest is 17, my youngest is 6. I show this about every night. Okay, Patty, maybe he needs some. Again, I gave my son this blue goldstone. Maybe he needs some goldstone in his room. Keep it under his bed. Amethyst. Put some amethyst under your bed. And make sure it's not like a little puny one. Okay, this is actually the smallest stone that I have. This goldstone. Make sure you get it. You don't have to have like a folder, okay, but a decent enough size where you're gonna feel the effects from it. Amethyst is very good for helping you sleep. Put one under your bed, under your pillow, as long as it's in proximity of you, okay. I always talked calmly to Austin when he had night terrors. Oh, Aunt Vicky, that's right. You know what? Remind me and let me do some research on that, and I'll get back to you, okay? I'm sure there is something to help with that. Remind me, Vicky, okay? Like tomorrow or sometime, and I will let you know on that, okay? I'll be able to get you one, or several to help with that, okay? Hermosa, I am you, okay. She lives stones, and I do, so do I. Good, Patty. I do too. I love them. I have like a crystal in like every part of my house. And my husband was always picking them up and moving them on me. But they're just a little bit everywhere, but they're there for a reason. I have them there for a specific reason in each spot. In my room, beside my bed, at the top of the stairs, in the bathroom. Okay, they're there for reasons. Protection and, assistance with everyday life, essentially. My daughter actually steals my crystal necklaces all the time. She loves them. I sell these too, guys, by the way. I make these, I wire wrap them, and I sell them. This is my amethyst one. I kept an opalite one for myself too, but I have more of these coming so I could wrap them. I do have a new website too if you want to go on there and look. How do I message you? Just PM me, Hermosa. Aunt Vicky, I have been with him. Your dad, just so everybody knows, that's my Aunt Vicky. Her dad is my grandpa, okay? I've been with him, and I've been doing a little bit of Reiki healing. I've been trying to put together a couple of different stones that I could bring with him. And, I've been putting some stuff together, okay? And we have to take into consideration too that as much as the family doesn't like it, but it's all happening for whatever reason. But there is a reason for why it's happening. We just can't see it yet. Okay. What stones are good for anxiety? Hermosa, again, just peony, okay? And again, I know I'm probably got about 18 PMs, but I will get back to you, each and every one of you, as soon as I can, okay, guys? What stones are good for anxiety, depression? I will tell you, depression, again, with the gold stone, either the blue or the red, are wonderful for anxiety and depression, okay? I kind of rely on these a little bit. And then I have rose quartz. This is great for healing heart. Okay, it is pink. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see the pinkness of it. Rose quartz is just absolutely wonderful. Jasper is good. Again, Apache here, you always want to ground yourself. Some of my trouble is just that I need to ground myself more. So this is why I always carry like grounding stones handy in my car, just in case I forget one, like I have extra ones. And there's some in my bathroom, and just because they're reminders to me that I need to ground myself. Okay, some trouble that we have in our day-to-day lives is that we just need that extra balance. Okay, we just need to connect to Mother Earth a little bit, and so be it. What let me know what your website is. I'm in the market for stones. I'm going to Salt Lamb too. Donna, get on the group site, the Legacy Lightwork Spiritual Life Coaching. My website, it should only be like a couple of posts down, but I did post my new website there. And actually, I posted it on the general page as well, the Legacy Lightwork, the Healing Medium page as well. If you can't find it, PM me later and I'll get you to it, okay? But I do have these necklaces posted on there with beautiful pictures. I have a couple other pendants on there as well. I have the Metatron Cube Peace necklace on there. There is a couple of sets of the chakra healing. There's an 11-piece chakra healing set and a 13-piece chakra healing set available for you guys. Yeah, and if you can't find the website on one of those pages, let me know, Donna, and I'll get it to you. Protection stone from evil stalkers. Evil negativity does not like this stone at all. It is black tourmaline. Okay. And I will find that labradorite also provides like psychic protection. So it's going to protect you from anybody being able to read you. And it's also good for transitioning yourself. Okay. And it's a dark stone, so it's also going to help in grounding. Yeah, so lovely. Read you a card for me when you start them. Absolutely, Brenda. Yes. Heartbreaking things going on in life. Thank you for my grandson. Absolutely, Brenda. I understand. I have all of my children are gifted, so I'm in for a time, I think. But I think that they're lucky enough to have a mom that can explain things a little bit better about why they're going through what they're going through. So I'm thankful for that I'm able to answer the questions that they need answered. I wear a Tiger's Eye bracelet. Tiger's Eye is wonderful for third eye. I do have a Tiger Eye pendant on there too, and one of these crystal Tree of Life stones. Yeah. Okay. Would you please love? Okay, absolutely. I think I might start the cards soon. If you guys give me just 1 minute, I'm going to run out and get my phone charger because I do not want to lose you guys, okay? And I need to grab my computer charger as well, it looks like. So I texted my husband, but I guess he did not get my message. So hang tight, guys. I will be right back in 1 second. I'm going to get some charger so I don't lose you. Okay. Alright, I am back. I hope I didn't lose anybody. Okay. I'm going to plug myself in here, guys. he fell asleep in the chair, which is why he didn't get back to me with it. So that would explain why he didn't bring it in to me. Okay, let's plug it in. Okay. Sorry, the table's shaking. That is me. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to reach behind me. Okay. You want to bring that over here, please? Thank you. I kind of trapped myself in here with these ports. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for not running away on me. Hey, can I close the door pretty please? Matt, close the door pretty please. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to wake up the baby who's in there. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I work with this deck. It is the Spirit Messages from John Harland. I love it. I absolutely love it. The deck works with me. I don't really work with it, and I keep saying that because this is exactly what needs to happen if you read cards. It's not about how well you work with it. It's about how the cards work with you, with your guides. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. I hear a kitty. Yeah, Sharon. Actually, yes. I think I lost the feed. There we go. Okay, just had to pop up. Yes, that is my therapy kitty. His name is Trouble. If you would pop up here, I could show him to you guys. There is my kitty. Come here. Here's my healing kitty. He sits on me every night and purrs. It's very, very, very pretty. I miss her Trouble. If he was declawed, I could take him in and actually, make him a therapy kitty, but he gets out sometimes, so I don't want to declaw him. But very, very wonderful to me. Okay. All right. So let's start with who asked first. I think Peter asked first, so let's do Mr. Peter. And it's one card per person. I'm sorry, guys, unless I feel obligated or pulled in any way, shape, or form. Big, beautiful boy. Yes, he is. He's a Maine Coon kitty. He's just wonderful. And actually, the lady that I work at the office with, Casey, is actually the one that gave him to me. He was a stray around her house. And he came to live with me. And he's just been the most awesome kitty ever. Okay, so we're going to do Peter first. Absolutely. I'm going to try to get to everybody in order here with cards. I don't want to leave anybody out either. So if you guys are seeing that I'm not answering somebody's questions, I know there has been at least 2 or 3 times where I haven't been getting somebody's messages. So if anybody else is picking up on this, please let me know, okay? And just, hey, so-and-so has been asking this a couple of times and you're not answering. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's because I literally like they're being hidden from me for some reason. And we all know how that works, okay? Okay, so Peter. Okay. I'm being full to this one, gratitude. And the reason why this card gets pulled sometimes is because maybe this is something that you may need to work on as far as being thankful for what you do have and making sure that you're thanking your spirit guides in the universe and God um, for giving you the things that you do have, okay? And, maybe it's not that you need to work on it, but maybe that they are giving you this gift of gratitude and that you should be thankful for that, I guess. And also, we do need to be thankful for the bad times as well as the good, okay? Because the bad times in our life, they're there for a reason, okay? They're there to teach us a lesson, okay? We have those lessons because as part of our soul contract, we choose to have those lessons, okay? We should be thankful for that. Those bad times as well as the good are helping us grow, okay? We need to remember that, all of us do. But your guides are telling you to spend maybe a little bit of extra time with us right now, okay? Yeah, it's a law of attraction. So if you're thankful for what you do have, the more positive things that are going to come your way, right? I mean, it's physics. Okay. So, and then we did Peter. So let's do okay. And let's do Debs. I think she asked next. I don't want to leave anybody else out. I don't want to leave anybody out, guys. I try to get to everybody. All right, so Deb Stevenson. Okay. A mother's love. So Deb, a mother's love. So do you have a grandmother or a mother that has passed? Can I ask you that? Okay. So either one, I mean, we cannot forget that. I don't know if there was, you're feeling like your grandmother or your mother that is on the other side, that they're not with you, and that's not true at all. I mean, if you look at the strongest bond of all is the bond between a mom and their and especially a daughter. And my cat's shadow just creeped me out. That is my cat shadow, guys, okay? Definitely scared me a bit. So your mom, okay. So this is about your mom, okay? And don't ever feel like she's not there, or do not ever feel like she's not there. The first place that I would go to if I were to pass would be to my children, to comfort them, to put my arms around them, and to do my best to let them know that they're not alone, that they haven't lost me, because they're there, okay? This is the one thing that we have to remember, especially, hi Kitty, especially with between a mother and a child, okay? Hi Kitty. All right, Trub, a little bit. Come on. I'm okay. Sorry, guys. Like I said, he loves me. He loves me. Okay. So don't ever forget that. Don't ever feel like she's not there. Okay, mom and child. That's the strongest thing. The strongest thing ever. Okay. So Brenda. Okay, that's fine. I'll get to you. I'm sorry. I was trying to go in order, but I don't know if I probably might not have went back far enough. Okay. So I apologize for that. She's a huge part of my life. Thank you, hon. Absolutely, Jobs. Again, for a mom to pass, the first place she's going to go is to her children, okay? Absolutely. I mean, they're going to be there. Just because you can't see her doesn't mean she's not there. Okay. So, Miss Brenda. Okay, so we have choices. Okay, so so my guides are saying that these choices have already passed. So So very recently you had to undergo like a left road, right road choice. Um, and they want you to know that there was no wrong path there. Okay, there is never a wrong path with whatever we choose to take because it's part of our soul contract to go down that road. Okay, it's either this road or it's that road. It's not like it matters. It's not like that's the right one and that's the wrong one. Okay, we have what the choices have already been made. Okay, and even if we were to take this road, okay, there's other choices that are going to come along that road that are going to lead us to where we need to go anyway. The same with this road, okay? This is what they're telling you. That whatever choice you made was still the right choice, okay? So if you're feeling like you didn't make the right choice, you did, all right? They want you to know that. Okay. Yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Okay. I'm going to make sure I got everybody. I'm going to go back a little bit more. Okay, Brenda, I see where you were a second. I apologize. Now back a little bit. Okay. I think AJ, is that right? AJ's back? I'm sorry, my nose itches. Oh, AJ, I'm going to get you going. Yes, Sam, thank you. Okay. Okay. Well, again, the main thing being there is they don't want you to feel like you made a wrong choice because it wasn't, okay? You're still going to get to go, you're still going to get to where you're going. It's just maybe there's a few more twists and turns that you have to make through that doesn't, but you're still going to get exactly to where you need to end up, okay? You're going to get to the place where you need to end up. That's right for you, okay? Okay. So AJ, find your center. So are you feeling unbalanced about something? Are you feeling unbalanced right now? I know that, there has been some crazy energies lately because of all these solar flares and the earthquakes and all that. But typically I pull this because you're feeling unbalanced or you're feeling uncertain about why something has happened. Like you're having trouble finding the reasoning behind it. Is this right? Okay. So, Spirit wants you to spend time with your guides and yourself, okay? Because whatever it was, there was a lesson in it, okay, whatever is going on, and it's kind of tipped you out balance a little bit because you're not understanding that lesson. So what you need to do is you need to go and spend some time in meditation with yourself and your guides, your higher self and you, your guides, and have a conversation about it so that you can kind of get balanced again and understand why this needed to happen, okay? Okay. Because there's a reason for everything, guys. There's a reason why we have to go through what we have to go through. And there's a reason why we have to keep breaking our heart because that's how we get it to open. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. That's more understanding to my problems and choices. I mean, there's no wrong choices, guys. No wrong choices at all, guys. I don't want everybody to feel like they're on the wrong path because whatever path we're on is going to lead us to who we need to be. We just have to recognize the lessons that we're receiving, okay, that we're giving ourselves, essentially. Okay. All right. So, Nikki Britton, let's do a card for you. I'm going to try to go down the line and get everybody, guys. Okay, Carla. She's a sweetheart. Okay. Oh, are you talking about my kitty, Carla? Yeah, he's He just loves me. He gets mad whenever he can't lay on me. It's not that I don't want him to lay on me. It's just that sometimes the timing isn't right. So, okay. So, Nikki. Okay, synchronicity. So, are you recognizing like certain numbers, repeating numbers, certain events that are just more or less coincidences to you? It seems to be happening more and more to you. A lot of times this happens whenever that, wait, was that for me? No, not yet, Jakaya. When you have time. Absolutely, John. I will absolutely give you a card. My heart was broken and I feel lost. Okay. Okay. AJ, there's a lesson in it. And me saying that phrase, that was my guide telling me to say that phrase so that you would recognize it. We have to keep breaking our heart to get it to open. Okay. And we've all been there, right? And don't feel like you're alone in that. Okay. I've had my heart broken. My mom's had her heart broken. It's my aunt, we've all had our heart broken, guys. We have to keep doing that. But anyway, Nikki, with the synchronicity, typically we start seeing this synchronicity whenever we're going through an awakening. Okay. Or the strengthening of an awakening, or like the uphill of a roller coaster awakening. So whatever the case may be, the message from my guides to give to for me to give to you is that you are seeing this, okay, and this is for a reason. You need to. I'm hearing the word meditation, so I don't know if you need to spend some more time with that. I feel like there's some inward work that needs to be done, which is the reason why you're seeing this synchronicity. So spend some more time with yourself. Take 10 minutes out of your day every day and just sit and do nothing. Okay. And again, I've said this before, and that's okay. But it's not really about what happens during meditation. It's what happens between the meditations. That's where the healing takes place. Okay, guys? So don't think that you have to have all these awesome visions, that you should have all these awesome visions during meditations. It doesn't always work like that. Okay? And absolutely it can. Don't get me wrong, because I have. But sometimes it's about what happens in between. Okay? And what you're recognizing and paying attention to your thoughts. That's where the healing is. Okay, guys? Okay, let me make sure. I hope that helps. I'm going back. Okay, and then Sharon, I think, is next, and then Betsy. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Nadine, again, that happens. I don't know why with all my feeds, it seems like people get kicked off my feeds. I'm trying to make sure I have my protection stones and everything. And maybe I need to burn some more sage. Okay, so we were doing, I'm sorry guys, going back to Sharon. Okay, just shuffling a little bit. Okay, so Sharon, cleanse. So, okay. So we get this card a lot, and I feel like this is a message for you that you need to maybe just kind of brush off the negativity, and it doesn't mean that it's your negativity. I'm sorry, I'm plugging in again, guys. I guess I unplugged it. It doesn't mean that it's your negativity. You could be picking up a negativity from everybody else, okay? So maybe you need to create your own cleansing ritual, okay? Maybe you sage yourself a night, every so often, salt baths, using the brush off method, where you brush off the negative energy from people that have to do this a lot of work, okay? But whatever it is, maybe some proper cleansing is due, okay? And a lot of times, just your positive thoughts are going uh, uh, to cleanse you appropriately. You know what I mean? Okay. Just having that positivity in your mind is going to help out tremendously. But definitely pamper yourself with a cleansing. Take self baths, and there's nothing wrong with that. But create like a ritual for yourself with it. Like I have to do this every so often, and make it part of your routine. Okay, absolutely. We all kind of need to do that, but maybe this is your focus right now. Okay. And then Betsy was next. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, good. I'm glad it's making sense. Okay, Miss Betsy. All right. So relationships. Okay. So let me ask for some guidance from my guides right now about this. So relationships, I don't know if you're having trouble, but we have to remember that relationships, whatever kind of relationship we're in, it doesn't have to be with a lover or a spouse, or anything like that. This could be brothers, sisters, cousins, and familial relationships too as well. Okay, but we have to remember that this is always a reflection of ourselves. So we're always going to pick on that other person with what we're unhappy with ourselves about. Does that make sense? So me pulling this card, that's going to be a message for you to just be mindful of this. So whatever we're picking on the other person about, typically that means that we're upset with ourselves for that reason. So we just have to remember that. But once we realize our own thoughts and our own actions in this, that those relationships are going to improve. Okay. Or we're going to attract a relationship that we want and need to ourselves. Okay. Okay. And then Miss Vanessa. Okay, Miss Vanessa. Okay, Vanessa, ancestral wisdom. So, are you looking for, it's almost like you're wanting messages from your loved ones that have passed, or you're waiting for them, or you've been asking for them, or you're asking for some kind of validation. Some of the problem is that, we have visitation dreams and we don't always remember them. So sometimes the information is getting to us, we're just not recognizing it. So we just need to be paying attention to messages from dreams, or messages like finding random objects that remind us of that person. We always forget that that's a message from them, guys. Okay. So me finding pennies on the ground randomly, me walking over an area where there's no pennies and then walking back and there's pennies. That is my grandparents, because we always leave coins at their gravesite. Okay, and they know this, and they know that that's our validation that they're there with us. Okay, we just have to be acknowledging this and paying attention to our surroundings to get those messages. Okay. There's also something coming in about like they're teaching you stuff. You're going through a spiritual awakening and wanting more guidance. Okay. Like you're remembering some teachings from your ancestors, whether it be your past loved ones that have already passed on. And they're wanting you to know that this is them helping you remember that they have taught you this, if that makes any sense, guys. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, so awesome. I'm glad this is making sense. Sometimes I say things that my guides tell me, and I just need that validation myself. So, okay. Was it that your ancestors or your past loved ones were they intuitive too? And maybe this is kind of what they were trying to teach you in the past. And I will tell you that I've had family come in and help me with my awakening, and past friends, past over friends that have come in and helped me with my awakening. Okay, this can happen. They can like join your spirit team and then help you through that process because you're going to be comfortable with them, right? Okay, and they like you to practice with them. Okay, I've had this happen. I'm reaching out, but only receiving through my dreams. That's okay. That's okay, Vanessa. Dreams are, I mean, that's how things start sometimes. It's how it started with me. And eventually, once you get comfortable with your dreams, you know, then it can kind of move on to outside world, that they're going to be giving you information. Lovely card. Thank you. I love this deck. I absolutely love this deck. You will never know how much I needed to hear you say what you said in my card. I'm grateful to love and light you. I am one of 10 children. Mom was my heart. Oh, Debs, thank you. I'm glad that resonated with you. Deb, this is why I do what I do. I love giving these messages, and you know that helps heal, doesn't it? I mean, to be able to heal somebody like that, that's just the greatest gift that I can ever give anybody is providing them with something that's going to help them, you know, go on with their lives and be happy and be peaceful about events, and you know, learn from it. And this is why I do what I do, guys. Absolutely, you're so welcome. Let's see here. Yes, for sure. Yes. Lost my spot. Okay, Miss Carla, it was next, I see. So let's do Miss Carla. Okay. Reach out. Okay. So reaching out. So Spirit is saying something about are you having trouble asking for help about something, Carla? Or you're feeling bad about asking for help about something? Because you shouldn't feel bad about asking for help, okay? And you know, it's kind of a humanity thing where we're expected to be these individualized, strong people, and you know, yeah, well, we should be our own strength, absolutely, but it's okay to ask for help and learning how to do that, okay? I had to ask for help on learning how to control my gifts. That is perfectly okay for you to do this. They shouldn't tell you how to use your gifts. You should figure that out on your own, but they should lead you to that information. You know what I mean? So Spirit just wants you to know that it's okay to reach out for help. Okay, and then when you do that, you're going to be grateful that you did. All right. It's perfectly okay to reach out. Okay, I'm going to go back. I don't want to lose my spot. Okay, and they're telling you not to feel bad about asking for help. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. And you can reach out to your guides, your angels, your past loved ones. They're all there to help you, okay? Especially when you're going through something like ascension and spiritual awakening. Okay. Julie, let's get you a card. Miss Julie. Level. I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. Okay, take a moment. Okay, take a moment. So, I feel like there's some kind of decision that's coming up, or that may come up. It may or may not have presented itself yet, but it will. They want you to take a moment and kind of weigh out your pros and cons there, and really think about which way you want to take it. Again, there's no wrong answer, but they want you to take a moment, Spirit wants you to take a moment and think about what is going to serve you best. If this information has to come from yourself, okay, it's all about what you want, not what a spouse or a mother or a father or a child wants for you. It's about what you want for yourself. So you need to take a moment with yourself and decide on what's going to benefit you the most, okay? Again, it may or may not have presented itself, or it may have, okay? But just take a moment with yourself and decide which way is the best for you. I'm going to set this right here so that I don't lose anybody. Okay, so Gil would be next. I don't want to miss anybody's. Julie, awesome. Okay. Okay, thank you for your help. Absolutely. Absolutely, you're so welcome. Okay. I think I lost my spot on this. Okay. There we are. Gil was next. All right. Okay, Gil, you are not alone. Okay. And, this is kind of something that I kind of reiterated from earlier, but maybe you're feeling like your past loved ones aren't being there for you. And they don't want you to think this. They are there. And again, they never really left, guys. Okay. Spirit wants you to know that they never left. You just because you can't see them anymore doesn't mean they're not there. Okay. Their energy essence have just moved on. And they are there for you. I feel like there's some kind of task that's waited on you. And this is what they're talking about. Like, hey, don't feel like you're alone in this. We got your back. We're here for you. We're going to help provide you with strength. All you need to do is ask us, ask your angels, your archangels as well. Okay, whatever task this is, it's being put on you. They want you to know that they can be your strength, okay? And that you're not alone. You're never alone. They never left in the first place, okay? Okay. All right. Patty Hall. Okay, Patty Hall. Let's do a card for you, my dear. Okay. Self-love. Okay, so self-love is probably the most important things that we can ever do is to love ourselves, okay? You got to think of life in terms of a mirror. We're on one side and everybody else is on the other. So whatever we're doing internally is going to show up out there, right? So if we're not loving ourselves, if we're talking to ourselves like shit, excuse my language, but if we're talking to ourselves like shit, what do we see in the world outside of us? We see shit, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if we talk to ourselves like we're goddesses and we talk to ourselves like we're beautiful and we're worthy of everything, what do we see in the world outside of us? Okay, guys? We see positivity. We see the greatness in everything. We see the positive in everything. This is how we have to start with ourselves. We have to start internally. So Spirit is telling you that, hey, Patty needs to work on her self-love a little bit. Yesterday I kind of pampered myself a little bit. Okay, I got myself a new top and, we have to do that every once in a while. We have to show ourselves that we're worthy of stuff, right? So do this for yourself. Pamper yourself a little bit. Allow yourself to love you, okay? We have to start there. Because we notice that sometimes whenever there's not some self-love that we have a hard time with relationships, we have a hard time with work. Okay, we get depressed. So we have to start with ourselves. We have to tell ourselves that we are worthy of that, okay? Okay, that helps. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing any. Aunt Vicky. Aunt Vicky, let's do you. Oh. Yes, Aunt Vicky, let's do you. I hope you're still here. I don't know if you are or not, but if not, you can rewatch. Okay, Aunt Vicky. Vulnerability. And, this is kind of a hard one because I know what's going on in the family right now, but, I think we're all kind of feeling a little bit vulnerable in the family. For those of you that don't know, my grandfather has had a major stroke that he is kind of recovering from, but not. It's a tough road right now. So it's hard to read whenever I know what's going on, but just a heads up, you're not alone in the family. Okay, we're all going through this in the same way, but in different ways. If that makes any sense, we all have our own way of dealing with it, and we all have to know that we have to be our own strength and that we have to be his strength right now because he can't do that. So we have to be his strength for him. Okay. And don't feel like you're alone. Okay, we've all had to have a breakdown about it separately, and we're all going to again, I'm sure. So don't feel like you're alone. Okay. Okay. Okay, Aunt Vicky, good. I'm glad. Gil, awesome. You are a healer. Actually, can't do it. Yeah, you can, Gil. Yes, you can. That's the thing. We all talk to ourselves like crap, don't we? If we have that inkling that we are healers, then that is what we are supposed to do, guys. That is your guides giving you that information. Okay? You absolutely can do it. Yes, you can. Don't ever think that you cannot be something that you want to be. Okay? Especially when you're having that strong urge to go in that direction. Got it? Okay. Okay, don't want to miss anybody here. I'm going to go back up a little bit. Brandy, hello, I'd appreciate a reading. Everything is so out of whack right now. I'm confused. One Brandy, well, I can do private readings for you if you want to PM me. Please get with me. Go to the Legacy Lightwork at the Healing Medium page. And my website is posted on there. If you want to book with me, we can video chat, or I'm going to give you a card. Okay, we can start there. And if you feel like you need some more, please get a hold of me and please book with me, guys. Okay. Okay, so Brandy, this is a big one. I pulled listen. So listening is so important, so important. And you have to think about issues. If there's a situation that you're having trouble with an individual, if there is some kind of conflict there, part of the problem is either one or the other or both of them are not listening to each other or they're misunderstanding. Okay, so if you were that person, would you want them to listen to you? Just sit down? That's all we want, right? We just want somebody to listen sometimes. So you need to do that for the other person as well. Okay, whatever the conflict is going on, we have to do this for the other person too, that we want done for us. All right, once we do that, I feel like some conflicts are going to resolve, okay? Or it may take a little bit more work, and that's okay, but this is the first step. We have to listen because we would want that person to do that for us, right? Okay. I hope that helps a little bit. Yes, Donna, let's do you, honey. Let's do you card. Okay, my husband and I have been going through some tough stuff. Okay, Brandy, so that makes sense then why you would get that card. Okay, all right. And that's what I was kind of picking up on. I lost my grandfather a couple of weeks ago. I'm sorry, Brandy. Yep, I'm sorry. Again, we haven't really lost them. Okay, they're still there, hon. They never really left. Patty, good night, honey. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Brandy, if you want to get with me to have a coaching session done, please get a hold of me, honey. Again, go do the Legacy Lightwork, the Healing Medium website, and we can talk about some more stuff if you want. But that listing card, that's going to be your first step. Again, you would want them to do that for you, right? So we have to kind of step into their shoes for a minute, and they have to do the same for you too, though, okay? They have to do that too. It goes both ways. Yes, Donna, awesome. Let's get you done. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, Miss Donna. Dream talk. Donna, are you having more dreams than usual? Or are you having weird dreams? Or what's the deal there? Like, what's changed in your dreams? I feel like something's different there. Or you've noticed a change in your dreams. Okay, whatever the case may be, this is like, whether it's changed or not, they're telling you to pay attention to your dreams because you're being given some information there. So my best advice would be to definitely start up a dream journal. Let's see that card. Isn't that beautiful? I love this deck. Best advice would be to set up a dream journal so you can see your messages on what's going on in there. Because apparently they're really heavy right now for you. And my dreams have been kind of weird lately, or different, I should say, because I've been asking for messages in my dreams. So, and when you do this, you're going to get your answer. Okay. Some of us do not remember them. So if you're not remembering them, you need to talk to your guides and ask them to help you remember them. That's all you have to do is just ask them to help you remember. Okay. Hi, did I miss mine? No, you haven't, Jakaya. You were next. You have not missed it. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody else's. Okay. I hope that helps, Donna. I haven't dreamt until just lately. I have had such bad insomnia. Okay. Are you scared to dream then? Like, what's the deal there? Like, something's changed with your dreams. Is it just that you're not having any? Or I haven't dreamt up until just lately. Okay, I haven't dreamt until just. Okay, now I understand. So you're just starting to dream again, is what you're saying. Okay. Whatever the case may be, is they're telling you to. You're getting some information in your dreams. So you need to be paying attention to whatever messages are there. Okay. Dream journal, asking them to help you remember. Amethyst helps you sleep, Donna. Get an amethyst and don't get like a itty bitty one, but you don't have to get like a boulder. But just a decent size amethyst and put it under your bed or under your pillow, okay? Your dreams are more vivid, okay? Absolutely. This is what they're talking about them. Okay. So be paying attention on why they're being more vivid. Okay, this is where your information is. Okay. Now we have that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody's here. Nadine. Okay. Let's do, I think you were next anyway on the cards. Yes. Wait, no. George and then Nadine. Okay. Let's do George real quick and then I'll see if I can't get anything for you, Nadine. part of the issue is I don't like to be given a whole lot of information because I don't think this is fair, but I can give you the guidance that my guides want you to have and your guides want you to have, okay? We can do that. I don't know if I'll be answering that direct question, but whatever information Spirit is wanting you to have, then that's what cards you're going to have. Okay. So, George. Okay, George. So, stay connected. They want you to stay connected. So I feel like some kind of event has happened that has caused you to kind of slip away from the spirit realm, or you're feeling like you've taken a break or you haven't felt as connected. Okay, they want you to know that connection is still there. And, I'm not saying that we don't all have days like that, because we should have days like that. We should disconnect and take a break for a day or two every now and then, because it can get overwhelming and the energies just get wild. So you can 3D it up for a day or two, and then, but they want you to know that connection is always going to be there. Okay, so you're going to be able to get back to it. You just have to ask for it, okay? Not ask for it, but you almost have to go inward to get back in. Like, as above, so below. Okay, guys? My father to message me or ask me to let me know they are right. Oh, Donna, okay. I got you. Okay. So, chances are he probably already has, okay? Maybe you haven't remembered it. But if they're getting more vivid, then either he already has and you don't remember, or he will, okay? They hear everything, okay, guys? They hear everything. So they're going to answer you. You just have to be looking for the answer. It's not going to jump out at you like a Mack truck in front of you. Sometimes you do have to look for the symbolism and things, okay? So George, I'm sorry I cut you off on there. I wanted to answer that before I lost my train of thought there. But George, yeah, if you feel like you need to disconnect for a day or two, that's fine. Or I feel like you're feeling like you're being disconnected. But because something has happened and it's caused you to kind of stray away a little bit. And that's okay. They want you to know that connection is still going to be there, as I said, and that all you have to do is go inward and ask for it. Okay. That's the message for you. Okay, and then Nadine. Like I said, Nadine, I don't know if I'll be able to give you the direct answer for that, but we'll see what card I pull, and it may be a direction for you there. Embrace the moment, okay? So embrace the moment. Okay. Embracing the moment has a lot to do with, learning to live in the present and not worrying about a lot of stuff. So maybe they don't want you to worry about it. Because haven't you noticed, like, the more you worry about it, the more difficult it is? So when you worry less about the situation, typically it's going to have a better outcome. So don't do that to yourself by worrying about it so much. So live in the present, okay? Focus on the present moment, not so much the future or the past, so that you might have a better outcome there, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Jakaya, did I get you a card? Jakaya, I don't think I got you a card. Okay, let me get you one. I think I totally passed you over. I don't know how. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Let me get you one. And if I already did, That's okay. You get two tonight then. It's amazing anyone will ever know. Thank you so much. Okay. You're welcome, Nadine. I'm happy I could help. Okay. Alright, Jakaya, let's get you. Study. Okay, study. So they want you to focus on expanding something, expanding your knowledge about something. And I know that you're already a very spiritual person. I haven't talked with you a whole lot, but I have some. But I think that you need to, the message is for you to indulge in your passion about something a little bit. Like they want you to like forget about the outside for now and like go inside and like study up on something that really intrigues you so that you can stop worrying about everything that is going on outside of you. And I know that I think it's about a twin flame thing, okay? Because you have to think like the more that you go inward and study yourself and learn about yourself and work on your own issues and your own blockages, that's the mirror to them. So if you're doing this and they're doing this, right? Okay. So maybe the message is study yourself, study your own blockages and find out what they are and learn how to work past them. Get yourself over those hurdles so that you're not feeling like you're blocked in whatever such way. Okay. Oh, love you too, Nadine. I appreciate you being here. I'm happy that I'm hoping that they gave you a great answer. Okay. Okay, on point. Okay. Awesome. And I know how you feel about the whole twin flame. Completely understand. So, but we all have to remember whenever we're going through that journey that we have to, it's a mirror. So whatever's going on inside of us is going on inside of them. So if we're thinking bad about them and we're worried about why they're not talking to us or, they're not acknowledging us or they're being mean or whatever the case may be, then they're thinking the same thing about us. So chances are we're being mean and we're not even realizing that we're being mean. So if we focus on more thoughts on the positive about them and ourselves, then this is going to reflect on them, okay? Okay. Awesome. You're welcome, Jakaya. I'm sorry, I think I skipped over you and I really didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I think I saw a name and just went with it. I apologize. Jeep, yeah. It really is. It's a whole complicated journey. Would you able to give me a card? Absolutely. Tell me from your visions and dreams. I am also a healer. Sure, absolutely. Let's get you a card, honey. Okay, and I think I'm gonna head out for the night after this, guys, okay? I really appreciate everybody being here tonight, though. It's awesome. Okay. Okay, inspire passion. So, okay. So maybe I feel like you're being... I feel like you're bored with something. Okay, so you need to... Okay, I feel like you're bored with something. That's what they're saying. You're bored, and your weird visions are trying to inspire you to do something different. So they're trying to like spark something inside of you so that you can like indulge yourself in that. So that you don't have to be bored anymore. Is that making sense? Okay. Okay. I'm asking for clarification on that. Hold on. I want to start healing on others. Okay. Okay. Do you have your Reiki master, or are you thinking about doing a Reiki master? It's the best way to do it is to take like a Reiki class and learn how to do that. I know at the place where I work, we do energy shares and we do Reiki shares where we can just come and do healing on each other. Maybe look into something like that, but I feel like they're trying to inspire you to do something. So if you're thinking this, then that's probably your next direction. That's probably your next passion. Okay? Ju Reiki 3. Okay. Okay. Me too, babe. Okay. So pay attention to your weird dreams, though, okay? Do me a favor there. Pay attention to your weird dreams because the weird dreams are trying to tell you something. All right? They're trying to inspire you there because you're feeling bored about something or you feel like you're not doing enough. So they're trying to tell you what your next direction would be of the best benefit to you, okay? Okay. You are a very sweet, good person. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. Take care of my baby. Yeah, that's my baby. He's so used to me rocking him to sleep whenever he wakes up in the middle of the night, so he's not used to daddy. Every once in a while, whenever I'm on here, it's daddy, and he doesn't like it. So, I hope that helps, Elisha. I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, honey. You're welcome. Everybody, please. I am going to have to jump off here because he is just throwing an absolute fit. But please do me a favor and go to the website and check out the website at least. And then at least check out the products. I think I have to do one more thing on the products so that you guys can purchase them. But again, I've got the wire wrap crystals. You can book readings with me. I can even do messaging readings. And then right now there's the 11-piece chakra healing set and the 13-piece chakra healing set. And then there's a couple other things on there. And then if you want a reading, again, you can book online with me. You go to the Legacy Lightwork, the Healing Medium webpage on Facebook, and it's posted on there. You can get to there. You can look at the necklaces, the products, and then or PM me and give me a little bit of time, guys, to get through all the PMs tonight. I need to go take care of Mr. Baby. But I will get back to you guys. It may not be till tomorrow, but I will get back to everybody that sent me a message. And if you're wanting to book a reading, absolutely. I will get with you and we can do that, okay? Or we can do coaching sections too, or I can teach you how to resolve your gifts and come into your gifts. Teach you how to realize what your gifts are first, and then teach you how to develop them. So we can work on that as well. Thank you so much, guys. I remember to share. Awesome. Thank you so much, Nadine. I appreciate it. Thank you all for joining. I'm very much appreciative to everybody that came on. I hope I provided everybody with the answers that they were looking for and the much needed information. Especially that our loved ones are never gone, okay? They've never left. They've never gone anywhere. All right, guys. Sweet dreams to everyone. I'm going to go take care of a screaming baby and calm him down. And love and light to you guys. Thanks so much.